10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. Alliances turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Alliances turn to pick.
Grim stroke.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliances turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Alliances turn to ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliance's turn to pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant Alliance's turn to
10. Axe.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
The sack.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliance's turn to ban.
Admiral Conca.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Alliance's turn to pick.
They just get Bat-Ridered? Oh no, Alliance banned it. I was going to say, whew, can Alliance do that to a few people? S4, 22 pick Bat-Rider, take me that free W. Flesh into Pugna. Concerned that, you know, if this is a mid-Lesh, he might have a really tough time. I kind of want to see a Limp hero.
You're thinking like Limp last pick and you give Nico the Lesh?
No, Nico has to be the last pick, but
they go for the Slark.
Yeah.
They go for something more regular. They pick that Slark into the next, just more beef to beat into. Same goes for the Kunkka. And overall, it looks like they have the perfect win condition for themselves once again.
It's really standard drafts from both teams, and like I said, I got to favor Alliance with it because I think they've just got better lanes, more ability to make pressure, and the Slark is annoyed by Axe, but I don't see anyone out carrying him as the game continues.
You can even lane against him if you get a few good hits off on him. If you start well, you can just dominate the lane too, and he needs to creep skip constantly. For me, this is an outdraft by Alliance.
It feels like to win the early mid game, VP.PRODIGY have to like triple Alliance's kills, because to take towers, they need a successful team fight, and then they need to beat on it. To take a towers Alliance, Chen creeps, Leshrac with 1 edict maxed out, it's a dead tower. So they're going to naturally have all tier 1s dead by 15 minutes. If VP.PRODIGY can't match that tower tempo, they're just going to lose map control to a Slark.
So what do you guys think VP.PRODIGY were going for at the beginning? Because you said it was a bit funky in what you were seeing come out from them.
I still don't know. Their draft looks wonky as hell. I can understand the last pick Monkey King versus the Centaur, right? It's some like in the lane, but even in the lane, until you get that level 3, it's going to be difficult. And I really don't know. I don't see the Pagna as what your position 4 or mid. I guess it's 4 and Kunkka is mid, right? Yeah. It has to be Kunkka. Position 4 Pagna used to be a thing for a week or 2, but it got nerfed, and that nerf to the ward, to the nether ward, really hurt it real bad, and that's why we don't see it picked any longer.
You're just gonna get out regen, like it's just gonna be Slark
What's this combo on the offlane Pagna plus Axe?
So real quick, give it to me. Which way are you going? I know, Carl, you're probably Alliance all the way.
All the way, yeah.
It's Alliance from the whole panel here, but we've got Toby and Lacoste standing by for the game. And guys, do you think it's all in Alliance's favor, or can you make some sense out of the madness that VPP gave us?
Well, what do you think, Lacoste? I'll go to the expert to begin with.
Oh, I definitely feel like Hulk had some good points for a change. Like they need to match how fast can Alliance play. Like they have a ton of tower damage, and it's gonna be Pagna position 5, I believe. Grimstroke is gonna be playing 4 this game. So,
that does look
I don't believe this lane is very strong. Yeah, Pagna can harass. You know, he's a range hero, has that blast. Also, they picked Leshrac into Pagna. I want to see what kind of a skill build Pagna will go. Like, you don't necessarily need to be more greedy, put more points in Netherworld. I think that's the correct play.
Yeah. With this nerfing, like, it's one of the easier counters against it, but we'll see how the position 5 item progression also works. How long does that Pugna remain an influence in the game? So the panel was talking about like VP.PRODIGY being a little all over the place with their hero pickups, but how's the lane matchups work? Like you've got Monkey, you've got Axe, you've got Kunkka. All 3 should be pretty solid in the lanes, but do they work well against this Alliance lineup, and especially the influence that's going to come from the, yes, he's playing it again, FNG Chen.
FNG Chen is just a classic. You know, I would put him up there with the Puppy Chen. It's the hero. Same goes for his Enchantress. It's the hero that he knows how to play, how to utilize it in the laning stage. I'm not a big fan of like a Monkey King last pick. This whole VP lineup relies on getting kills.
And I like how FNG just walks up to the axe and also picks up the room from underneath his feet. Yeah. Chen for FNG is a good one.
Also, Chen got indirect buff. Like, Hedros got nerfed, Divine Favor got nerfed, but Tier 1 Tower got buffed, so you have 1 extra region if you're standing close to the tower. So all that heal is amplified by Hedros, and Divine Favor. So that's pretty nice.
They're going to start with the harassment on FNG, and FNG's going to start with still need the range creep. That's not the greatest start for the Pugna when he's going to get, miss the first blast and back up and lose his Sentry Ward as well.
I think he's trading well. Like, Hedros had a couple of tangos, and you're leaving Axe against Slark, so Slark is getting the solo XP, which you kind of want. Like, you want to get into level 6 as fast as possible. Then it's very hard if you don't have any kind of burst damage to just, lock him down. But also it's Axe who's getting solo XP. He's about to hit level 2. Slark already level 2. He was just thinking whether I get Bounce, whether I get Essence Shift. And he got the first point in Dark Pact so that he can remove the Battle Hunger.
You wanted to ask about the type of build coming in from in mid lane. Like, it's not high up just yet. He's a 1-0-1 Leshrac, but it's the CS that I'm interested to see if he can stay on top of. Went for the second point up in Split Earth while on bottom lane. Okay, there's a little bit more damage coming in the Inkswell. Just trying to stay in range, Epi Kid, and he's able to do so. 2 attacks from Hanskin would have killed him off, but he just waited at the 1, but he wanted the extra stun timing onto S4.
When you can think about this bottom lane, oh, they have Monkey King with Orb of Venom. He's gonna keep hitting a Centaur. Like, do you want to keep hitting a Centaur who has Retaliate? They lower his damage with the Fade Bolt. Now, when they hit level 2, they have 2 stuns. So it's not that great of a lane for Monkey King at the bottom.
When normally Monkey King dominates the lane.
I mean, normally he does when he's playing against the melee heroes, but this lane from Alliance is very strong.
And Pugna's been trying for the last 2.5 minutes to kill that range creep. And he is not succeeding. It's like both teams are trying to just chip away at everybody. Conquer at least get some good efficiency. X marks the spot, TP back. Already 18 for 3. Net worth, top 2 do belong to Virtus Pro. But Slark just actually takes that position. Still feels like VP.PRODIGY, they're getting a lot out of their lanes. Things still seem to be working for them. The influence from Chen hasn't been crippling. He's killed a courier. And that seems to be the only thing FNG can really retaliate against.
Axe is level 4. If Chen gets close, like, he should die. Axe, what does he bring? Is that boots? Yeah, so he's gonna have extra movement speed from boots and battle hunger, and if Chen somehow gets close, they use the Decrypify to slow him down. Chen should be dead.
Instead, Axe is doing as much damage as he can to Nico, baby. A 4-1 charger, still got a couple of tangos. Not level 6 just yet. But that's Boots and Salve also arriving in for Nico, baby. And I really want to keep my eyes up on top, mainly because Axe now starts the creep skip, and they've been very aggressive, VP. But on bottom lane, it feels like the safe lane of Prodigy has always been walking around on about like 30% HP.
I would definitely keep an eye on the bottom lane. Both of the heroes from VPP are low.
Epic Kid's in no position to try and take that. S4. 10 retaliate stacks nicely built up. They're never going to push underneath the tower, however, but it feels like S4 is falling behind. In fact, he is. I to check the net worth, he's about 350 behind. Lesh is also not looking too great as far as net worth.
Yeah, we see that more often. Like, their mid laners have less net worth than some of the like off laners, even safe laners, because they bring a lot more regen. It's just a trade battle, so you're bringing Flask, you're bringing Mangoes to keep the sustain and the harassment going.
You went with the pickup on bottom lane. You said you wanted to watch it. S4 can't finish the job. All that bonus damage can't reach into Monkey King, and S4 is pretty low. Safe gets back to his tier 1 tower quite safely. And all this battle started around the 5-minute bounty runes. And it'll be an easy 2-2 trade-off. No one really wants to leave the lanes that hard. DM definitely doesn't. He's too busy trying to get in there for the pull. Easy money for an Axe.
Problem is, Chen can contest him.
Oh, they're gonna get bottom. S4, one more attack! Yep, that's a melee hero. That was a beautiful setup. Save hit the level 2 stroke of fate, so there just wasn't enough movement speed for S4 to get out of range the Boundless Strike, and then it's just a walk up and hit, and that's first blood to the safe lane of Prodigy.
Centaur was out of mana to use the Stomp, and his Flask got cancelled. Flask got nerfed. Those 2 extra seconds that Highstrug added in the previous patch is quite a lot.
What is this Pugna doing? He's wrapping around back behind the tower. I think he's gonna TP out now, and he knows it too. Decrypify and TP. There's no stuns, so he's totally fine.
If Slark hit that pounce, he would have been dead.
True. A little off target.
Kanka is level 7, Lash Track level 6.5. Kanka will get the ward on a mid lane. Lash needs to be careful. Like, if he uses a combo, Lash just straight up dead. And you can see already the rotation from Pugna to keep the pressure on the tower. And, I mean, he's only level 1. Level 1 Nether Blast.
Yeah, he's not going to harass anything down. Not anytime soon, at least. He can come and plant a ward. But they're walking underneath, actually, the Dire Observe ward from Alliance, just a little bit further to the west on the bottom lane.
Bottom tower is
So that Radiant Sentry that was planted down by Saved is just well off target. We've now gone jungle for the rest of Alliance. They bring Slark back. Limbs also trying to kill off Axe, but a very wise time for DM to TP out to his tier 1 tower. He's coming for that 5-minute bounty rune. They're still there at 7 minutes.
He's just farming. It was a great call from him to go back and just farm the jungle. This is the build on Axe. You don't go for like Vanguard anymore. You want to get that Blink Dagger as soon as possible. This is a killer lineup from VPP. So they want to keep the pressure. Mid lane, you can see Pugna, he's still in the mid lane using Blast, but most importantly, he just wants to use Decrypify just to amplify the damage on Torrent and Boat. That extra 30 damage is quite a lot.
You also put an awarding mission down south, but again, like Alliance should know exactly where that Observer and Sentry has been planted because they had their own obs that was watching the maneuver. For the 8-minute bounty rune on bottom, Grimstroke, sizing swell available, Leshrac being caught out by the combination of FM, but there's no instant follow-up, only now is the Inkswell being used. Throw back, but Limp is still being controlled up, but they don't have the damage output, and he managed to grab the double damage room for extra ball charges. Easy enough. We keep the score at 1-0, 8 minutes in.
Very defensive build on him. He went for a Bracer, had Fairy Fire and Iron Rune Tree, so that's a lot of stats, some extra magic resistance coming out from that Bracer. Now just wants to farm the jungle. He definitely needs like a fast Eul Scepter to this game to break the combo. Once Axe gets the Blink Dagger, blinks in, lift him in the air. Axe kills the courier even without dunking.
A little too easy. It's like all these lanes for VP.PRODIGY. Like once again, like they're getting everything they want. Slark, you've hit level 7, but you talk about Leshrac's early items, but when does Slark start being an influence? It feels like if he joins a fight right now, he'll just end up feeding kills.
Yeah, he just wants to keep farming.
Here may be an easy pick off for Alliance. Looking for the kill over on Pugna. That's a level 3 Fade Bolt, so they have the damage to kill off the Pug.
I feel like this Pugna is not gonna have a place in the game. It's a position 5 Pugna. He gets a point in ward right now. I believe you just want to max out the wards.
Then he might as well be a scout at bottom lane. S4, great double hoof stomp. Epic Kid was jumping into it. The Kunk is making his own way down to bottom lane. Observers and sentries see the fact that S4 is out just a little bit too far. They need to get the extra stun, and they're able to do so. Full combination comes in from FN, pulling S4 back into it. Combine it with the Inkswell stun, S4, no way to escape. FN finds the kill, even using the Tiebringer at the end just for some star points. They might even be able to catch out Hanskin on the retreat away.
That's some blind Torrents. FN so far, very good rotations, good laning stage for him. Going into Armlet, so cheap damage, keep the pressure going.
Yeah, as long as they can keep it up. We're 3-1 on the board. Everything still feels like, as far as map control goes, like no one's easily assaulting into the other side, but you can take out the early tier 1 tower in mid lane. Fantastic timing for FN, speeding up that armlet of his. I'm fairly certain S4 would look to have a rebuttal working with a Chen to take out the tier 1 tower on bottom, but already Kunkka is TPing down. They're not going to let it go.
It's such a great timing on Axe. Blink Dagger, 10 minutes and Blink Phase Boots Bracer. They're ready to fight, but I think Alliance, if they don't get caught, they have a lot of sustain. Full mech on Chen plus Hand of God.
DM smirked up, he's in the back lines. Slark reveals himself on the front. Kunkka's got full combination. X marks his spot. He's going right on top of the Slark. The blink follow-up will ensure there is an extra control factor, but no. Nika Baby backs up. Hansen gets the pick up. Netherward is down. Stampede pushing Alliance forward for the double hoof stomp. He's able to actually claim it out. Save actually wanting to help out too. Gets the silence out, so S4 couldn't get the hoof stomp out, but they're gonna get the kill. Axe and Pugna both going down. A big tiebringer from FN. Finds the spill damage they require to get S4 and Hanska, but Nico Baby battling under the Shadow Dance, battling almost under the tier 1 tower. The chase will be on both under the tier 1 tower, where FNG is being hunted by Kunkka. X-Mark will now come off cooldown, so finally FN can use this combination, but he needs a couple more friends. Nico Baby still looking to fight against the Kunkka, but here's a friend arriving. Epic Kid underneath the tier 1 tower. They really don't want it.
Sadly for Alliance, FNG did not have enough mana to cast Hand of God. I think it would keep them alive. Maybe they could have get one extra return kill. But a good initiation, man. FN. Also FN killing like FNG trying to kill him. It's funny. All they need is G. Where is G? That's a good question. Where's he at?
I don't know. He retired like 2 years ago, right?
I don't know. I'll check
probably
Wikipedia.
Probably just moved into a new industry. Yeah, actually, you remember Ducky, right, from TI1? Well, the guy who played TI1. You know, he makes umbrellas now. That's his new career. Distributes them for free.
Considering how he was playing, it's an upgrade for Ducky. I know he's doing something with umbrellas.
S4 up towards the air. Epic Kid's gonna stay on him. They need a little extra help. X marks the spot back into the boat. Very liberal FM with his abilities. X marks the spot stolen here from Hanskin, but he won't hold on to that for very long. The blink forward from DM. The lanes had to work well for Prodigy to get this advantage, and it seems like it really, really has. 8-3, 4K advantage, 13 minutes in. From the top 3 net worths. Yeah, Slark's nipping on the heels, but top 3 belong to Prodigy.
VP.PRODIGY's heroes are very good at controlling Slark. It's not a free Slark game. We see those quite a lot where Slark doesn't even die once. But he's playing against Axe Call. You can't get out of that. There's like no real save. There's no like Shadow Demon, Disruption, Wyvern Ulti. There's X-Mark, which Slark really hates to play into. And like you don't want to just man up against the Monkey King. Monkey King extremely farmed at the moment.
And this is what I was wondering before, like, when does the Slark come online? Like, I only thought about it after you mentioned that Limp. Okay, well, this might be a little bit trouble for DM. But Limp went defensive item build. Is there a little extra help to get DM out of here? Hey, it's a nice stroke of faith for some damage, but Axe is definitely dead farming under an Observer and Sentry. Like when does Limp become a proper hero as well? This Pugna hasn't been as nerfed down as he probably would have liked him to be.
Limp needs a defensive item for himself. Going into Yule Setter, I don't want to see any shenanigans, Boots of Travel. It's just straight up wrong. He's out of mana. He can't even kill Pugna at the moment.
And if he hangs around, there's a lot of heroes coming up towards the top lane. Like, you can't kill the 5 position Pugna. And with this maneuver, it'll at least ensure that the 2 bounty runes on the top go to VP.PRODIGY, but Alliance will take the same on bottom and add some pressure to the tier 1 tower as well. We'll see how much Prodigy really likes their tier 1 towers. They haven't lost a single one so far, 15 minutes into the game. With Lashrak on the field, you expect more to fall, and then the first one will topple.
So far, Nico Baby is doing a good job just evading any kind of ganks from VPP and getting closer to that Diffusal Blade. Like, Slark is a monster once he gets that hero. That item, sorry. Like, your kill potential multiplies, and I want to see if he like gets straight into BKB after. He needs to be able to take care of himself this game. There is like Chen heal Mac, but Chen needs to be close, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I got a feeling that FNG's gonna have a lot of extra time to worry about Limp instead. He's the one jumping the front lines, but Mui Hanskin, who's the one that gets caught out. Okay, Epic Kid. Well, you get the style of the Golden Dragon, but that's all you will really have. The blink, the call DM, he actually got the grab. Limp being pulled back in again. FN doesn't have the boat combination available, however, so S4, the Cripper find up, at least able to get the double edge off, but the X-Mark spot pulls him back into the torrent. FNG's like, well, I'll give you the power of wind, but not the greatest airbender, and a call onto all of FNG's army. He's worked so hard to build up this library, but they're all gone.
VPP's understanding of the game is really impressive. Like, pick up into objectives. Their tower damage is very limited. Pugna with only one Nether Blast, so I feel like he's just gonna keep that and max the other spells. That can have the best combination. Their Grimstroke ulti, like double hunger, double suck. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But it feels like you remember the old drafting philosophy of Godblack? Like, we're just gonna draft whatever we feel is OP, and the synergy will come from this point. That's all we have to do. So we feel like this is good. All right, we just go with this.
Well, he was not wrong, you know. Like 2 or 3 overpowered heroes need to have some kind of synergy together.
Yeah, it worked it everywhere but TI for him. Hey, if we're bringing up TI1 stuff here, Stu, you have to bring us some other stuff. Save, this is the greatest invis rune you could have ever asked for. FNG dropping Observer Ward. He doesn't have a sentry. He just needs some help. And here they come. They're already pinging out the Observer Ward that was planted. Pug's like, all right, give me free gold. Can I have a kill? Mech is out. That won't save him. But maybe it'll save the Chin army once again. 3 heroes walking away. Nope, 3 heroes dying as they walk away.
They're still chasing Hanskin. Berserker's Call stolen. It's not gonna be that great until he like gets Ether Lance or a Blink Dagger, but in this game, he really does not get that much far. Like, he's almost as poor as Pugna.
Top. Monkey King. He started the Wugongs, but S4 is just gonna stampede to the trees and get away, but that's a pretty big ulti to burn. Over 100 seconds on cooldown when Prodigy are moving in, but at the same time, Prodigy, I think, need to work on their ward game. The amount of time they've spent underneath this Observer Ward inside the Dire jungle is ridiculous. But finally, the Sentry Wards can be planted, and they can see it. Oh, well, they can see a kill opportunity. Hanskin trying to tree dance himself away to safety. That won't happen.
So Alliance right now, they're using all the Stampedes defensively. Leshrac just farming, same goes for Slark, which means that we do not want to fight. Like, we understand how stronger they are right now. The problem is VPP, they don't have the best Roche-taking lineup. Otherwise, they would have been taking it a long time ago.
FN in a bit of trouble, but then again, he's the life in from the Pugna, not to mention Armor Toggle and the call from DM, pulling Nico Baby away from the Kunkka. Still no shift available, but Nico Baby jumping in once again. You've still got Halberd available too, but Epikip, they're just walking it off. Decrepifying and extra slow, and Torrent. Axe has gone north, but he'll end up going down to Limp. But Nico Baby really wants to try and find kills with this diffuser blade, but he hasn't got himself a target yet. Epikip's just farming up and then bouncing himself away.
Nico Baby playing so aggressively. It's a tough Slark game. You're playing against level 4 Decrepify, Heaven's Halberd on Kunkka, Call plus X-Mark.
But he needs to make the hero work, right? And you can't just sit back and say, like, we're gonna be okay. Battle to the bottom outpost. Limp. He really wanted this, but he's stunned up and stunned inside the Wukong command. Finally, he'll get towards the edge. Epikid thinking about getting out. In fact, he will, but the hand of God. Limp's getting enough life to be able to survive with the mischief. Epikid can at least dodge a little bit of this. Slark's playing the back lines at the moment, but Leshrac is finally being brought down. And Slark didn't get his target. In fact, now he's soulbound to FNG. So FN wants to get away to safety, but nope, the Centaur stun will be there. And maybe Pugna can give him just enough life. Combining with the Boundless Strike, Epikid giving enough space. They're still trying to get him away. FN, just toggle your ass off and telling you we'll finally drag him back in to the kill that goes the way of Nico Baby. My God, he wanted that, but maybe not diving underneath the tier 2 tower. Called up by DM, combining with the Inkswell. They get the Son of Marble and then the dunk down. Nico Baby will fall and Hanskin makes a break for the trees where he shall also go down. And VP.PRODIGY, my God, they did everything they could to keep the Kunkka alive, and Alliance did everything they could to kill him.
Like all you made.
Like, Slark got decrepified, I believe, like 5 times. He was trying to cut into backlines, and VPP, they're just doing a very good job, you know, ignoring the Slark, using a couple of spells, but using the right spells to kill the supports.
Is it still enough, though? Like, it feels like Prodigy is still having fantastic fights, but the advantage is coming back the way of Alliance. They're getting more out of this map. Maybe not with experience, but they are with gold.
They are, and they're going for correct items. Like Centaur finish the Crimson Guard, which is gonna keep his teammates alive. A lot of physical damage. Leshrac straight into BKB. Like, he understands that he does not have a way of playing this Boots of Travel game that Leshrac loves to play. Slark going for a status resistance build, which is also okay. Like, status resistance is great against Axe, against any kind of a stuns, which they have. Kunkka, the Cripify, just lower the duration of it.
They get the call. S4 once again being caught out. Can he stay alive long enough to trigger that stampede? No, he cannot. Crimson Guard only. And dead for 30 seconds. CM really making the most of every initiation he finds.
Well, maybe I was a bit wrong about this Pugna. Like, he achieved so much.
Dire's middle tower is under
Keeping Kunkka alive, keeping Axe alive with the Cripifies and Life Drain. Kunkka also has that Imp Claw, one of the better tier 2 items you can get on the hero if you're playing like
Nico.
Semi-core.
Just use the
Kunkka.
Dark Pact, then gets X marks back out. Okay, he'll go into the Shadow Dance, but the full combination's being thrown his way, combining with the Silence of Save. Maybe Slark can get away with the Hand of God heal, but it's still not going to be enough. The dive comes in deeper. Epic Kid's going to beat KB. It's fresh, it's shiny, wants to use it, and Limp will fall down underneath his own tier 3 tower. At least FNG can get away to safety, but Prodigy continue to go from one target to the next, and Fortification being burnt by Alliance.
They are playing very fast. What is Monkey going for? After BKB, going for Deso, at least that's what he has queued up, so that's going to help them out with some tower damage. They're finding kills. I think they're finding way too many kills on the map.
Is this Alliance just being out of position, or is this Prodigy making the space?
It's just they're playing so well. This Axe is getting a lot of good initiations. Kunkka also, he was involved in 16 out of 18 kills. I miss that fan. I think he deserves like a better team. Not this one, because this team is playing well, but in the past, like, I don't think he played for like a good teams. Felt like he could always be in a better one.
He went through so many teams. He could have sent in for the primary VP squad for a while, but like, you look at his history, he stood in for Gambit, he stood in for Virtus Pro. Currently, he's only listed as a stand-in for VP.PRODIGY too. But S4, well, you just got brought back to join Alliance. You're a fully fledged member, but you're also fully caught inside the tree line. Pulled back into the X-marked torrent, but you've only brought S4 down to 50%, but all that build-up just lets DM prepare with the blade mail. Limp just murders himself. And Save is the one who actually gets awarded the kill. Oh my god, this Axe.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's not stopping Nico Baby from looking for the fight. They want to try and battle under the T1 tower. Hunsker staying in nice and close. Starts with a Fate Bolt. X marks the spot with the Torrent, just keeping Nico Baby once again out of this fight. FN looking for some extra cleave damage, letting Tidebringer do its work.
They definitely need Axe to take this fight. Rune spawning, they're just gonna pick up 2 runes. There's still 2 runes on the top, and a lot of Chen creep, so someone needs to address that problem. It's gonna be Grimstroke. Grimstroke's having a very good game. Philosopher's Stone, already a 4-staff, getting Etherlands next.
Grimstroke's the same level as Pugna, and they both have big items. Like, you got a Glimmer Cape for Pugna, and all these other big items you were listing off for Save.
I mean, you have Save in your name, you need to build saving items.
Step lively now.
That would be appropriate. Alliance just start to chill a little bit. They're still trying to finish the BKB on Limp. And it's taken a very long time to get there. At least FNG's managed to pick up the Greaves. Now, FNG's done a great job of always pushing in the top lane. He's just got a range creep stolen from the Radiant side sitting inside of Roshan as well. So there's no way Prodigy can do that without some warning bells going off for Alliance.
Virtus.PRODIGY's Wave Clear is very good. You have Kunkka who one-shots the wave. Monkey can easily clear it. Same goes for Axe. Even Grimstroke.
There it is. There's the information. Observer Wall is being planted, but in range. Yeah, now both seem to see the observers and sentries. And that's why you send the Chen army to do the work. Oh, the call! It's a little short. from there on DM, so maybe with the pullback and the drain, Chen's brought down before he can even use that Hand of God. And then Chen Army could not create enough space, it was too busy on a ward mission.
Those Chen creeps just instantly die. Now it's the time to run into Roche Pit. They don't have double damage, but they have Deso on Monkey. A couple of seconds left on that DD.
At least there's been a pushback on bottom lane. S4 is now going to rejoin, but he's trying to finish up the Blink Dagger. Maybe with the damage output he's got, he can look for the tier 1 tower in mid. That's exactly what he is looking to do. 138 damage, a little bit of extra distraction. Roshan still dropping, and they won't commit for him. Thought if he actually wanted this, he'd just keep pushing on bottom lane. Still 100 gold short of having the Blink Dagger. But picked up the Mindbreaker, which can now be transferred over to Nico, baby. Actually, no, he's got the Titan Sliver.
He's just stacking status resistance. But they don't have the good hero that carries Mindbreaker then.
Smoke Gang's gonna find Hunskin. Easy, quick little silence over on the Rubik. There's no one to save him. There's 5 heroes from Prodigy coming to the bottom lane to push the lane back again, and the line's being very clearly drawn by Save. Bottom tier 1, bottom tier 2. We push this way.
I feel like Hans can die there on purpose. He's just fishing for any kind of information, and then instantly all the Alliance is just playing the top part of the map. They're getting the items. They understand that Virtus Pro Prodigy is stronger right now. They have Aegis in hands of Monkey King, who's going for Aghanim Scepter. Like, Epic Kid, he's really fast.
Fuck no. Ninus walks in. He was coming in for the Observer Sentry, and now Epic Kid throws down his own strike. Remember, they don't have Kunk here just yet. DM is not the one initiating. They're the ones on the retreat. And now Alliance, they check themselves before they want to go in. The X-Master spawn is going to go over on Nico Baby, but S4 got the perfect hookstop, cancelling FN's combination. Now Soulbind and Double Silence. Epic Kid's already found the kill once again over on FNG, so no big DM. He gets the call. It keeps Limp locked inside the Wukong's command. Maybe there's some extra life there is from the Essence Ring. That will allow Limp to be able to retreat. And Slag looking for exactly the same type of thing. S4's hookstop, it'll create some extra space. FN trying as many combinations as he can, but Alliance still looking for their own points of damage. The only hero they've killed off so far is the Pugna, and that was at the very start of the mission of this fight. The mission.
What is the mission here? Nico Baby's playing so well, like going in and out of the fights and stolen boats. That's the problem. Like, it's very easy to steal it when you're playing Rubik against Kanka.
It's because you have to start with a combo, right? Like, you start with X Mark Torrent. What else can you toggle? And Nico Baby continues to get bigger and bigger. Satanic build up from him. As you're saying, he's stacking up all the resistance he possibly can.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Prodigy going to try and remove one of the last remaining tier 2 towns of Alliance.
Check the cast range on Grimstroke.
Oh, did he use up it?
Lance Telescope level 15 talent.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
What happens when you get like the plus 650? It's going to go like halfway across the map. Even though he'll probably get the three to kill.
Yeah.
So silence is definitely the more important thing when all your items have managed to give you the same type of range as a level 20 talent.
He also has Blink Dagger queued up. I would definitely want to see something like either Aghanim Scepter or Hex.
Yeah.
Just use Slark against him.
Dire's middle tower is under
Hex feels a hell of a lot better. Forces Alliance to burn these BKBs the second they get hit by the Soulbind. I say burn the BKBs, there's only one that's there. And that's on the Lashrak.
This is the problem with these kind of lineups that VPP has. Like, it's so hard, even with Aegis, to siege the high ground. Like, you can throw Monkey King's bodies, they have Deso plus Orb of Destruction, but you're putting yourself in a bad spot. So you always need to like find a kill and then transfer that into a push.
All right, Pug, now let's see if you see the Observer Ward. They gave him the spider legs. Is that close enough to see the obs?
No,
I always
we
feel
can't
like
do
this.
that.
I always feel like this hill is just such an odd place. The sentry's just not far enough.
Like DM had such a great start. 10-minute phase boots, blink dagger, and for 22 minutes he only farmed blade mail and 3,000 gold on top of that.
He was the sacrifice, right?
He was like he goes in and dies.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to jump the back line, I'm going to catch 2 heroes inside of a call, they're going to do a lot of damage to themselves, and then Epi Kid comes in, or you have like FN come in and they just ensure the last hit. Simple enough.
Your admiral is on board.
I'm trying to give space for Rubik on the bottom lane. Interesting scan, actually did manage to ping on S4, but they'll see him anyway.
Centaur with spider legs, half
man's
orc,
merc.
half man, half spider.
That definitely makes logical sense. The bounce around. Oh, they found the healer once again. They would like to get a little bit more. Huntskin's farming up in the bottom lane, so FNG begins his TP out. They have enough damage to kill him before that are complete. And thanks to the fact that Epi Kid looked for the secondary kill, it means both supports of Alliance will end up going down on bottom lane. Of course, the cores of Alliance have already backed up and are still continuing their own farm game.
I feel like Alliance's game plan right now is, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing, 4 of us, and somehow Nico Baby carry us to the victory. Find a farm on the map, we're just gonna buy the time for you.
Is this the miracle approach, is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's running in towards mid. You have to get the defense up now. Jump forward. Quick little host on from S4, but underneath the nether ward. I don't know if Alliance really want to come close. As you see, Limp is like, I got one chance to do this, a 9-second window with my BKB where I can potentially fight. A lot of patience from Prodigy that back up after taking the tier 3 tower.
53% status resistance. SNY, Satanic, Titan Sliver. So all those stuns are cut in half.
Pretty damn good. Well, we'll put it to the test. Calls out, first stun, second stun, you've still got the grief. S4 gets the host on forward over towards Axe. Battle Hunger was stolen, but now they get, oh no, the 4th stun's not out just yet, but you've still got the kill on the Huntskin. But there's control, the double stun in from Pugner, but Lashrak burns the BKB, but he's stuck inside the Wukong's command. Can't move away, DM will dunk him. As far as the Spinal Links to get up the hill and away to safety. Oh my god, Limp, you are not having a fun time here at all. Dead for 50 seconds without buyback available. FN ready to really force the issue.
They try to go for a Slark, but you see he's really not getting stunned, so they're just controlling the other heroes. They're gonna deal with the Slark blast.
Pugner's giving the life to DM. It's like, are you ready for your jump? It's a 10-second BKB for the Axe, ready to use. The mid-racks will be taken by Prodigy.
That's a lot of minus armor. Desto, Orb of Destruction, Assault Curious. That's minus 16 if my math is correct, and usually it is.
I'll trust you. You look like a trustworthy kind of guy.
Radiant are scanning.
Alright,
I look like a troll, probably.
Trolls normally look very trusting. That's why you fall for their trolls.
You're a smart man, Toby.
Maybe. Then again, I actually still think you are actually a trusting person, so maybe I'm not as smart.
Maybe I'm just trolling right now, you never know.
Alright, so what's Alliance's plan for victory here? Like, they seem to be falling further and further behind. 18,000 net worth, 23,000 experience. That's the advantage for Prodigy. Does Alliance actually have things to play with here? Does the Slark with the Satanic? He's going Skadi next as well. Like, I've heard of and I've seen late game Slarks really rip apart lineups, but Is this one of those games where Slark can actually 1v5? Maybe the Axe will have a better chance. The stun control is pretty good. Epic hit. At least able to hit his stun. DM solo online. And the double fall one. How is DM? Okay, finally he is going to go down.
Buyback.
But S4 as well as Nico are both gone. Both do not have buybacks available. FNG will get caught out on his way home. Way too much damage from the Monkey King. Abyssal Blade just like owning. Is that just the game? Do they just go down mid and finish this now?
They don't know that Slark does not have buyback. That's the problem. If they did, like they would have straight up gone for tier 4 towers. 60 seconds without Slark, minus 16. Armor on the buildings would be more than enough. Like look how fast they melt.
Yep. 0 armor. Everything is negated. Limp's looking for some kind of counter push across mid. They're actually TPing back Grimstroke. So they seem to be happy with just taking the second lane of Rax. Maybe look towards Roshan. Slark is still refused to buy back. And that one super range creep. Yeah, you stick with Limp. Alright, into Roche we go. Very safe here by Prodigy.
I want to see if they give like either cheese or ages to Axe. He just bought back and he's very important for controlling the Slark. I mean, getting him cheese is fine, I guess. Give a monkey ages. Like, he's still not holding the cheese. Okay, he is now.
And he decided to walk away.
It's been a while since I saw, like, full damage Kunkka. He went for Daedalus, Armlet.
Sorry, I don't know if you were watching that, but Nico Baby was TPing to the outpost on the south as Monkey King was springing over the top of it. A quick jump away! Epic hit actually dodges S4's initiation, and now we turn the other way. Abyssal Blade stun forward, S4 on the full retreat. Netherwall planned down by Pugna, but they don't have the control to find S4. He just spider legs through the tree lines. Anskin will not be so lucky to escape. Pulled back by the X mark spot and a 1k plus 8 crit. Is perfectly Kunkka.
Monkey.
Nice. Oh, okay. Okay, he's got Aegis Immortal, so he doesn't really care. They get the perfect Spellbind with the double silence. Goodbye, Slark. Goodbye, S4. Goodbye, game 1 for Alliance. Prodigy. They took this to the lanes and they kept it throughout the mid game. And it took 39 minutes to finally break the back of Alliance here in game 1.
Very aggressive lineup from VPP, and they executed it well. Like, you don't necessarily need to close out the game after the first roast, you're just building the advantage. And they were finding kills. Like, FN played amazing.
5 seconds
that can battle them in the mid game. So I think you got to think about the Kunkka and maybe the Monkey King. Monkey King is like really hit or miss for me because I see people play it on stream and look like terrible. Thompson is great. He's going this like Wraithband Radiance build at times. And then I've also seen this Deso item. I think
It's
people
great.
have keyed in on it
It's
because you become this hero. You get Echo Saber because of the benefit to your Wukong, so all the statues then get the proc bonus. But the Deso, I think, is this X factor where previously it felt like Monkey Kings like didn't really know what to buy. You get like some Maelstrom, some Diffusal, but then these BKBs would come online and your hero would feel really weak. Whereas if you go for this Deso into Abyssal build, it's suddenly like just terrifying.
Yeah, it was something like in
Plus
that
the
last
building
game,
damage.
HR that we watched as well. There was a Juggernaut, and he would go for the Deso as well.
Yeah.
So pretty much every single core, Jugs, Monkeys, your Ember Spirits, everyone has figured out that, like in that last patch, how crit was so strong, the small crit.
Yep.
Now it's the same with the Deso. But for me, if you're Alliance right now, try to get your hands on that Prophet. Dragonite again has been banned out by VP.PRODIGY. If you can get that Prophet back, I think you will be able to play the same kind of a playstyle you've done throughout the
They're
league.
once again second pick. And if I'm Alliance, I leave DP in the pool because you've got to assume they know how to play against it quite well.
Don't you think VP.PRODIGY will snatch it though?
Probably, but I think DP is an excellent hero, but I think overall first picking it is still dangerous unless you're willing to throw it on support, which I think Prodigy is, but we'll see. I like the targeted bans so far. The Bristle DK specifically.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like Bristleback is a very different hero when teams are comfortable playing it as a carry.
They did it again. That Prophet, first phase.
I'm surprised.
And the Phoenix from VP.PRODIGY, I love this as well. I really think VP.PRODIGY have got their number when it comes to these bans. Like these 4 heroes look so good to ban out versus Alliance. All their comfort zone, all the heroes that enable their playstyle, that Phoenix in Hanskin's hands, man.
Yeah.
It's very different from what we saw right in the first game, where HR clearly maybe hadn't looked as closely at their opponents as they should have done. And VP.PRODIGY are like, okay, Alliance, we can see what you're trying to do here, so we're going to try and counter it in the best way we can using these bans effectively.
VP.PRODIGY, they didn't end first in their group.
No.
Yeah, their confidence isn't through the roof. They don't feel like gods, so they actually study the team a little bit, and they picked this Oracle. I love this as an opening.
It's the same. The Grimstroke ban from Alliance sets them up for potential Pango, so I've got to expect them to take that here. Chen is also in the pool once again. It's a possibility, but I agree with Lizard. I think Prodigy just kind of keyed in onto the Alliance play style, which is these heroes, and they always have this ability to team fight you around like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And specifically Bristle and DK, when Bristle can be played as carry, which Nico Baby really enjoys, you just can't kill these heroes. So you have this ease of execution, because taking a team fight is as simple as sending your big strength hero at the tower, at the enemy, and then playing around him. And when you don't have that centerpiece, it's a lot more difficult to take engagements, especially in that previous game where Prodigy have more tools to acquire vision, both because the Monkey King flying around and also because FN can just walk without fear. You're not going to kill Kunkka.
And you know what as well, Alliance usually they open up with their 5-2 combo, right? Your position 5 and the mid lane, which is usually your Dragonite and that Prophet, and that's also something that they can't do it. Maybe there are some heroes that they could do it with, but no, they go with the Penguin.
Right, yeah.
Another immediate axe too. Interesting. They love the hero, and to go off that from you, I like
Makes
that.
it harder. Just makes it harder to draft.
Yeah, because S4's hero pool as an offlaner is still, it's hard to explain. Like the heroes I'd say that are solid all the time, like say Centaur, that pool's actually a little small. When you think about what could S4 play, that pool's massive.
Yeah.
So I love when Alliance can keep his hero for 4th, 5th, because suddenly you're open to all these weird heroes he might end up playing.
The unexpected.
And some
Swaps, whatever.
Yeah.
You can play any hero from the mid on that offlane, right?
Yeah,
It has any sort of
Batrider,
mobility.
Brood.
Bat, yeah.
Yeah, and suddenly you've got to be afraid. I'd actually like to see them maybe pick up Nico Baby's hero a little earlier, because if you're confident enough in Slark to pick it into Axe, into Kunkka, then why not just take it earlier?
Yeah, why
what are
hide
they
it?
going to pick if not those heroes, right?
So in some stages you can show your hand a little bit earlier, right? If you're that confident with. But VP.PRODIGY again got away with just feeling better off the beginning bat here, right? So how does Alliance look to counter this? What are they going to try
I
and pull
don't think
out?
they necessarily feel much better here with the opening 2 picks. I think it's very similar, right? You have your comfort zone from both of these sides. You have a little bit of save on your position 5, Hand of God, False Promise, and you have the initiation as well. I think the opening so far is very similar. There isn't a clear winner for me. One problem is this Oracle that always opens up a couple of very nasty trolls, Huskars that you have to think about if you're Alliance right now.
Huskar is looking great, and I love getting a little cheesy in the second game. When you come off a win, that's the time to do something.
Just finish them
Feel
off.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a hero. I don't think that made it to the second phase in the previous game, but Alliance get something that, as we've discussed, their drafts usually need.
Okay.
Some kind of just strength, like just a tank. They just play around a tank really well. I don't know how else to explain it.
Is this the Hanskin Pango then?
It could
I
be.
guess, right?
It could be a limp
Could
timber.
be mid. Limp Timber. All right.
I'm not a
Depending
huge
on the
fan,
matchup
but
as well.
I think it's likely it'll be S4s, which means you also got to consider whether Alliance might look to tri-lane. You can't really do that if Shen, Pango are your support duo, but I would imagine you want
that
Timber
sounds
versus
horrible.
Axe.
Yeah. Champango just sound bad. So you could still dual lane even with Timber versus Axe. It's still doable. You put either the Pango or the Chen there,
Yeah.
gets a couple of creeps, continues farming the jungle. Something FNG said is that basically all he has to do in this team is focus on himself and get as much farm as possible in that position 5 and make as much impact. So you can help out the Timber a little bit as Chen, then take a couple of creeps, farm the jungle.
Frees him up a little bit as well with what you were saying there, right? That he has to focus on his own game. You spoke about it in depth before. It gives him the ability to just actually do and be in the best shape possible.
Yeah, because S4 is pretty much taking over his usual job.
Yeah.
Oh, Rubik is well picked up here from VP.PRODIGY. Pretty good versus the Timber as well. Pretty much whatever you steal can hurt him back heavily.
So less of these curveballs coming out of the beginning away this time.
Yeah,
But you can make more sense of VP.PRODIGY even if you weren't sold into the first
yeah,
time
that
round.
Pugna
Threw you
pretty
guys
much
off.
drew us off completely. There you go, another Slark.
But this is what I mean. I like this more because if you're gonna pick Slark, they take the Timber to somewhat cover it.
Okay.
But you know, why do you care what Prodigy picks up if you're already expecting like Slark counters?
Yeah.
And you're confident enough to pick it. This also now gives you the ability to last pick not solely Nico's hero, but S4 or Limps, who have significantly bigger hero pools, I would say. And then you have a lot more lane flexibility. And that's, again, the Monkey King. You know, the
yeah.
heroes Prodigy pick are not going to change because you show the Slark early.
Especially now when you have the Timber as well,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's the same concept going into this laning stage. I fear nothing has changed for Alliance. You still have the Monkey.
The difference is they have Pangolier. They have
Right.
actual mid-game team fight. Like this hero, whatever role it is, there's no fighting into Rolling Thunder, especially around objectives and choke points where you have so many more walls to bounce around.
But their lanes are a little bit weaker as well
Yes.
at the same time, right? So you have a price to pay for that. Maybe with the Pango you'll be able to creep skip or something to alleviate that, but overall it looks like the Monkey King should have a decent laning stage once again. Should do well there.
And you guys were impressed with it, what you saw last time around, right? The unexpected
He
impressive.
did clutch it a little bit a couple of times. Like he'd survive on 10% HP, then he comes back, gets the kill in the lane, right? He did clutch it a couple of times, and it could have went badly for him.
Yeah, could have gone there more.
Mechanically, there is just a little bit better in the lane. It can go either way, but this is what Monkey loves to do. Loves to be playing versus these melee cores on the offlane. Send our Timbers.
Said it best, and makes me think that perhaps you leave Limp on it. But the thing is, you now have this scenario where you have to dodge the lanes, and Prodigy are not a team that will really force their 1-2-3 onto their selected lanes.
Yeah, they can
Whoever's
follow.
playing Monkey can just follow the Timbersaw, no question. And FN, Epikid, I'm sure they're both comfortable playing mid if necessary.
One good thing for Alliance, they do have that Chen. So you have ways of calling heroes and dodging those lanes as well. It is a little bit easier for you.
Could also Pango mid, I suppose, but I don't know. Whenever I see 3 melee heroes against a Monkey King as my cores, I feel pretty upset. Puck the ban. I like that choice, and they'll actually be the ones playing the Leshrac.
They do have a hard save with it this time around. So Lesh in that last game didn't have the luxury of having an Oracle behind him, always ready and waiting with that false promise.
Lesh kind of relies on save a lot more than these other tower pushing heroes, simply because your survivability is so low. But if you can stay in the middle of a fight and deal damage against Slark, against Timber, it's actually so sick.
Do you actually remember when Death Prophet didn't have Siphon? A save with that Death Prophet, you had to draft. You just had to get your Omni Knights, your Oracles, something with her. And Lesh pretty much feels like that right now.
It's like the same hero. TA seems like a possibility for Alliance. You've got decent matchups regardless of what you're playing against, and it allows them to control vision better. Their catch would be a little limited. Not sure if that's the direction they'll want to go. Kunkka is in the pool. I think it's another pretty safe pickup. But once again, you're somewhat susceptible to the Monkey King.
Okay. Lina.
Okay.
Gives you that burst. Is a good laner versus whoever comes on the mid lane as well.
You have no one to play with is my problem. Who sets up for your Lina? Once again, Limp is kind of forced onto this role in this hero that he has to stay ahead on, and it's all up to him to do so because there's no one to really play with.
And they do have ways of getting on top of her. You have the monkey, you have the axe, right? I can see it working though. I don't think it's that horrible. I think that there could be some chaos in these teamfights from the Pango, from the Timber Sauce. I think Lina might work here, the burst damage is really good versus Lasha and Monkey too. I
think if Alliance are to win this game, it's got to be on the back of Hanskin with like some incredible performance on the Pangolier, because other than him, you have really no method of acquiring control in any sort of in team engagement around an objective.
And
you know VP.PRODIGY you're going to be
even that's not really reliable, right?
No.
Like his control coming from the Pango, rolling boulder isn't your best, most reliable stun in the game.
Keep in mind, like Oracle Rubik, really weak in the earlier phases of the game. It's like Pangolier has more game impact with one good rolling thunder than both of them using the full barrage of their spells. So it's kind of the same story where it's does this Lesh survive and deal damage and kill towers and maybe win the game? Or do we see something like the previous where Leshrac can't take enemy mid-tower before his team loses the game? So, who knows?
We've traded it out a bit, and I'm going to have to ask you two over here because my earpiece has completely died, so I have no idea when the commentators are ready. So hopefully the producer will tell you guys to give me a signal. But I'm going to ask you boys, because we get to this time again, which way are we going? Have you been convinced by VP.PRODIGY at all?
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to go for. Kyle, you want to take it first?
I'm leaning VP.PRODIGY here.
Yeah?
I'm Alliance fans. I'm currently 0-3 for the day.
Yeah, okay. I'll go with Alliance. Let's keep it fun.
Got you.
I think casters are ready.
Yeah, casters, Toby and
there we
his
go.
Banks, let's help you out there. We're born ready.
Quote analyst. Well, I can't hear what they're saying, but you guys can reply back to Carl on that. Take it away, boys.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Kyle. Someone get Banks in your ear. What do you think about the drafts here, Lacoste? Are you enjoying it from a Prodigy side where they seem to be doing what they did in game 1? Does it still have the same elements to get them a success in a 2-0?
It feels like it. I would say they have more tower damage with this Lash. The question is how much he can achieve early on. I don't know. I just never feel like 10th pick Lina is worth, like you want to have more influence than Lina. She's a squishy hero. Like you're playing against Monkey, Lash, Axe. These are very good gap closers on Lina. She might dominate the lane, get a couple of kills, be 6-0 at one point, then you just straight up dies and feels like your game is over. That's just the feeling that I have about Lina.
Oh, that was kind of the issue Kyle was flagging as well. Like, who does she play with? How does she work as a team? We get our laning phase now, Nico baby. He was trying to show himself on bottom lane as like a clever kind of reveal. But hilarious enough, no one from Prodigy saw him. But it'd be a safe lane, and it worked. Okay.
They wanted to have Monkey against the Timber Saw. This is the lane matchup. Now they're having a tri lane, so
Hanskin's already starting up. Save, he's arrived in. Just got level 1 Fade Bolt. That's not the control he probably needed to kill off Hanskin, who already swashbuckled forward. But now S4 gets the matchup against DM. DM does not like this at all. He's already in the trees.
Stay there. Like, the only thing you do is cut the creep wave. You can't cut this one, but the next one, because you can't just really stand in the lane. Timbersaw against any strength hero is just a disaster. S4 has a flash, so he's gonna pop that one, be full HP right now. He's just following him, needs to give up at one point. Like, both of these heroes are gonna get the farm in the bottom lane. The question is, how many kills are we gonna miss? None, because we're just gonna be watching the top lane.
The tri-lane versus tri-lane, that's all we have to look at. Hanskin still is able to hit like double swashbuckles. Epic Kid's feeling very strong, but once he's up a couple of extra levels, then maybe this is possible. But this is the downside about tri-lane versus tri-lane. You just don't get the earlier experience. That's also a problem for Slark, who loves his early level 6.
We have Fade Bolt in the tri-lane. We also have FNG with the aura plus the headdress. I want to see some magic sticks. Slark already full magic wand.
That's nice for him. I love to, like, no one can change the lane equilibrium. Both the cams have been blocked up by sentries. No one's getting anywhere near this. And another quick jump forward over towards the Oracle. He's back towards his own tower, but this observer board just north of the tree line on the top lane has done a lot of work. Alright, so DM is now doing his pull. Or his, at least his skip. Maybe a little later on he could think about doing his pull. Oracle trying to get away from Hanskin. Hanskin, he's still got the swashbuckle available, but they've go pretty deep for this. And the courier supplies are coming thick and fast from Prodigy.
I'm not sure when Axe planted this ward in the bottom lane, but it's blocking the side camp, so Timbersaw can farm like the jungle creeps and the lane at the same time.
It was planted by Rubik just after Slark did his early scouting, so it was just as the horn went off.
Okay, so maybe they were prepared for this one. Like, they have a tri-lane against a tri-lane. Mid lane should be pretty, I'm gonna say even. Lina outranges Lashrak, and it's probably Lim's best hero besides a TA, and he's already showing it. 21-7 against 12-2.
Yeah, but that was looking pretty damn good. Then again, if FN can drop Limp down this low, like, Salve will finally be burnt by Limp. They're actually not that far apart. Like, it's only 100. Okay, that helps. Salve of FN gets cancelled, so that hurts. Yeah, but they're about 150 net worth difference. Obviously, there's a new creep wave coming in as well for Limp, so that's going to help him buff up. But Axe is #1 net worth on the field. He's pulling over towards neutrals. There's nothing Timmy can do to stop this. And the Monkey's not falling behind either. He's getting a lot of farm underneath this tier 1 tower, and the two supports that VP.PRODIGY have done a hell of a job to keep him alive. And even Hanskin's rotation towards mid scouted out by a defensive observer ward. So this is 3-on-2. Maybe Epic Kid feels this is a good opportunity to go on something. They got telekinesis, so pick him up, drag him back, get the control with fortunes, and Epic Kid's got to heap FNG in position. Hanskin now swashbuckles himself forward. The courier is getting killed up. That's not what Epic Kid wanted to have happen. But then again, also splitting with Boundless Strike between Hanskin and Nico. Also not what he wants to have happen. Back to farm. That didn't happen. That didn't happen.
It's still fine. They got the kill, and they also have the advantage every single time the lane is near their tower. So both supports and Monkey are getting that 1 extra HP region. It's such a weird interaction. Like, it gives armor, it gives HP region, so you don't really want to dive the tower.
We had the slight curse scenario. Second I said, hey, Lashrak's not doing that bad. He had to do the long walk of shame away. So now it's 600 net worth. The difference for mid lane. Definitely
I thought the Axe might make a rotation on the mid lane. He was very close. If he gets a call into stun from Lash, should be a dead Lina, and you don't expect this kind of a gank.
How hard is that to do though for an Axe? Like, if you don't pull one wave, it's got to flag warning bells.
Sure, but you never know if he's like here if he's farming here, then he's gonna cut it here. So
if he's actually in the jungle.
Yeah, but he was farming this camp, like the smallest X I drew on the minimap.
Yeah, it's just off the mid lane.
But then you said Slark tri-laning, he's not gonna get his level 6 anytime soon.
No. Taking forever. But Monkey King's not getting his levels either. FNG actually had he got kind of, I'll say lucky. He did a great job of just being able to see where the observer was being planted down by Prodigy, so he's already removed a large amount of that defensive vision for the lane that VP wanted, but maybe he'll lose his life for this. Jumping forward is a great route from the Oracle. FNG will fall, and with the Boundless Strike, Liquipedia, he has the extra line thanks to the one charges. And while Tango up underneath the tower, Oracle tried to finish him off with the nuke. Didn't pan out the way he hoped it would.
Ice Rock should rename Lucky Shot to Handskin Shot. Every single time he used the swashbuckle, he got the proc on the Storm.
I'm sure he'll add that to his new patch notes. I think FNG wants to bring extra help up towards the top lane. Everybody forward. It's Lina who will arrive. You will at least hit with a Boundless Strike, and with a He's a throwback. Limp is going to have a hard time getting in range. Let's get the Laguna Blade up. That's what he wants to have happen. Oracle's given everything he can. There's no more mana to give. And Epikid bounces away through the tree lines. It won't be a costly rotation because Limp can just TP back towards the mid lane. And he knows Latrak's already gone jungle. They would have wanted to find a kill.
Chat typing EU gank. Like there was so many times, you know, so much time wasted for this gank. They didn't get the kill, but at least they're putting some pressure on the tower. There's a siege creep unit here. Let's so deep this kill.
Courier, don't come back out of there. Oh, he's gonna be okay. So Rubik dies. Liquipedia now TPing towards the mid lane. I think FN. What was he hoping for?
Siege creep is still alive. He thought he could kill it with Boundless.
I think it's the happiest lane. FN now gets to have a level 4 Slark versus now the level 7 Latrak. He's got 2 points up in Edict. Some free damage into the tower. Oh, hello. Hanskin. Planning to slow him down, pick him up. FN burned all the mana he's possibly got, and he'll get the kill over on Hanskin. That's trying to contest for that illusion rune.
That's the downside of position 4 Pango. Like you use buckle level 1, 2, you put yourself in a bad spot. You don't have any kind of escape. Also, I want to see him getting a point in Shield Crash on level 4. Then you get point in Swashbuckle and ulti, because Rubik will be level 6 and you're just position 4 Pango. So you need to be able to use Shield Crash after the ulti. Otherwise, Rubik is always going to steal your ulti.
Prodigy is really forcing the issue here in mid. You can ball charge up so Lim can get back up close to full. Axe is still playing around the jungle. Doesn't have his Blink Dagger just yet. Save. Will be picked off. Yet another disarm. Rubik. Oh no, wait. He has stick charges and he has an Oracle behind him. And they can't even kill the level 4 Rubik when they gank with 3 heroes. And Limp kind of needed to just throw the ulti. Throw something.
Alliance wasted a lot of time trying to get the kills on the top lane. Chased Axe for 30 plus seconds. Same goes for Rubik now. And Axe will have a Blink Dagger in the next minute.
And he will. Sasfall's already trying to have some kind of influence in the lanes.
Passive follow. Please use it. Alright, he gets a TP charge.
Is this your new thing? Like with Midas, you need to see Shuffle being used all the time as well?
Yes. It's just those items, especially Shovel. It's the item that you keep all the time in your position 4 or 5 and just swap it. DM.
Has he actually got the movement speed to get away from this? He's thinking about the TP. Light Striker Ray. Oh, you hit him with the Dragon Slave from range. But bottom lane, Liquipedia being attacked down. Monkey King actually being cut down. The Quelling Blade grabbed the tree he was on. Oracle is still going to be behind, but the Pounds unable to connect from Liquipedia. Oracle wants to help out a little bit more, but into the Shadow Dance they go. Monkey King has to throw out the Boundless Strike. Is there more support coming? There is for Alliance. Hanskin's here with a Swashbuckle. Saves also here. Need to get closer to help out his own Oracle. A bounce forward from Epikid and Latrak. The pick up, the throw down. They're not getting the perfect coordination for the follow-up stun, but it won't matter. You get all the area of effect damage you need once FN is here. They take the kill, they force the rotations, and now already Prodigy is retreating.
This Oracle is doing so much in the game. Like, he's involved in 2 out of 3 kills, doesn't matter, but he saved his teammates like already 4 or 5 times.
What happened to, like Kai was mentioning, like, oh, Rubik and Oracle, they don't do a lot early on. Now they're just comboing time and time again. Here's another Fortress Enzo. S4 can't even get away. He's just forever rooted. But he has a lot of regeneration. The Hood, they just battled through him. So Raid Boss is still up.
You don't have a hero who can build into Spirit Vessel. I mean, Rubik can.
Courier. Dunk it. Dunk it. Or just attack it. That also works. A dunk is a terrible thing to waste.
You would still use it. It's like 500 gold for your team.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Mid lane. TP in. Once again, this Rating Observer Ward sees a hell of a lot. Alliance had that advantage in game 1, even though it couldn't be capitalized on. It's gone now.
We still didn't see the full power of Timbersaw. He is level 10, full hood on him. Doesn't have the best hero that deals well with him. There's a Monkey King, but you know, it was a tri-lane, so monkey spells are not gonna be maxed out.
Dire are scanning.
He's just trying to run away. Too much fight on the top lane. Too much to stay with Mech and Hand of God level 1. But maybe in mid lane it's time for a bit of a smoke, and that's exactly what they do. They're heading in. An FNG will be target number 1. DM gets the blitz, gets the call off. Rubik, was he able to steal? He'll steal Holy Persuasion. Picking up the gem, throwing back down again. Slark wanted his own battle to happen, but now Axe kind of stunned up for the moment. But Epic will arrive on the Rolling Thunder. It knocks him off the 3 and stunned over on Oracle. Get quickly Laguna bladed down. Axe did at least get saved with the False Promise almost back to his tier 2 tower. Lim, I don't think I like this position from you. That Nova is ripping through the poor Lina, and they still haven't killed off DM. He one-charged up, he got more life. Rubik keeps getting these Light Strike Array controls against S4, so he can't join the fight, allowing Epikid to focus his battle onto Hanskin. FN's moving over too. He's getting juked down with the vision game, and FN just provides vision. That's all he needed to do, is just walk over and see things.
Very good Rolling Thunder from Hanskin. He also has that point in shield crash that I talked about, so Rubik can't steal it. And they're just ignoring Timbersaw. He still didn't get a single number on the board. 000, 13 minutes in.
Effective net worth if you just can't be there for it. Bottom lane, Blink Call's about to come in. Grabbing Nico Baby just after his Dark Pact. And Oracle was there to help out, but so is the Hand of God. Global range for that. Nico Baby's on the run out. Another quick Battle Hunger or something from DM? Nope. They want to retreat. This was all actually set up just like it was a long run from DM and Oracle TP to the outpost.
I'm just scrolling through the hero levels. Level 7 Chen, level 8 Slark. That's a problem. Only 1 point in pounds, so you can't be able in team fights to get in and out.
That Observe Ward at least let him know that Skank is coming. Pangolier starts up the Rolling Thunder. Axe starts it. He's just trying to drag him back away from the Rolling Thunder. Light Strike Array will be able to connect, but now the extra help. S4 can finally be a real hero as the Rolling Thunder controls Rubik. The perfect initiation in from Hanskin. And Monkey King looks at this and goes, yep, thanks supports. They're the ones that get to die, but the rest of the cause of Prodigy get the hell out.
This is exactly what Alliance needed. You could see the bait from Slark. He always has time to use Shadow Dance before Axe blinks, if he's fast enough, of course.
They're gonna battle. Blink. Call comes in. Epic will also go for his own jump forward, and they drop down Pango low enough to get the quick Culling Blade off. And this is all to battle for that 15-minute bounty rune that, of course, Hanskin wanted to look at. Perfect stun from FNG. Tries to keep the distance between himself and FM, but it won't stop the split up from connecting. Light Strike Array from Lina from below ground. They do have enough damage for this. FN really committing so hard to get that kill, but just can't finish the job.
Very weird decision from FN. After getting stomped by FNG's center, he still wants to grab a kill. That is
S4
such
found
a
a new target.
good Timbersaw game. Like, he had a free laning stage on the bottom lane. He's getting levels, Poor Man's Shield, Hood, building into Yule Scepter to have mana sustain, and he can also put Axe in the air. Same goes for Monkey, Dispel, the Jingu. So there's gonna be a second Yule Scepter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very problematic if Monkey wants to get damage out, but he's going, like, no BKB, going Desolator next item. So Monkey feeling he can stand while DM has finished up the same item build that did a lot of damage in the last game. The Blink and Blade Mal is now on Axe 16 minutes in. Number 1 on the network, and is definitely feeling hungry. But that Radiant Observer Ward from Alliance, once again they know where Monkey King is. Monkey has his own dire obs down, a quick little tree leap away. And Nika Baby not fast enough on the Quelling Blade. And FNG fast on the Sentry. People remove that extra vision, but maybe Nika Baby overstayed his welcome. He runs in quickly to the WordCom's command, combining with the Blade Mail. Nika Baby so low on life, but he gets a Shadow Dance off. They have to jump out of the WordCom's command. Oracle is nearby. I don't know if he can really help out the Axe. Who else will be here? Rubik 2. 4 heroes from Prodigy retreating back to their tier 1 tower, which doesn't exist, but FN can leave their tower. They look for the sun. They look over towards Lena. False Promise will give them the time for Prodigy to remain on the front line. The 5 and S4. They keep them inside the Whirling Death. DM can at least get the dunk. So 2 heroes down. Prodigy lost the Monkey King that they want to kill off S4, and they're able to isolate him. The rest of Alliance went to full retreat. FNG's in the tree lines. They're pinging the wrong way. He doesn't have TP available, however. And now they're pinging the right way. Guys. Oh, the trees. It comes on the way back, but they see him?
They're pinging.
They're pinging, but do they see him?
Pinging, but he's dead. He can't control the hero.
He's here. they even freaking chakra cut the tree lines down, and they don't see FNG. Oh, FN's coming back over. All right, they found him. Well, better late than never, you know.
And he was wasting time. Maybe they did not want to kill him straight away, you know. Get his hopes up, then kill him mentally. But one play from Axe, like, it looked like he was going back, but instead he gets initiation on the Lena, who was hiding in the trees, but there was an observer ward, which was scouting him. I believe it was a blind call, and they dunk her before she could get any spells off.
LSA. Latrak's in trouble. Can't even get the defensive Yule Scepter off in time. S4 just cuts him down. And thanks to that wonderful Sentry Ward that's still in mid, they should be able to get rid of that obs. A Blink 4 from DM misses the initiation over on Limp. Balance Strike from Epicid has to be used to keep Limp away. He's got a haste through it. He wants to get in there and fight. They won't get it. Prodigy back up instead, and they just accept the fact Latrak is dead. Hilariously enough, top 3 networks still belong to the Prodigy cause.
They are.
You're just getting more out of the supports of Alliance.
Pango is having such a rough time. He's even maxing Shield Crash. He's always forced to use it. After the Rolling Thunder, Rubik can't steal it, but Rubik is a great hero against the Timbersaw. You steal Chakram, which is pure damage. This is how you kill him.
They're preparing the fight on bottom lane. Alliance have kind of gone for this multiple times. Sometimes as bait, sometimes as I pushed one wave too far. Monkey King wants to search. S4 reveals himself with the chakram. Then surrounding on all sides. But you see where Alliance move. They have the northern outpost. So TP Limp to the top lane. FN's trying to defend this, and they're going to bring in Oracle. So if initiation does come from Slark, FN will have some backup. And they bring Axe as well. Limp running underneath the tower. So you also to begin with, this Axe TP time is going to be absolutely perfect to grab the Lena. Hand of God plus Mech from FNG. And he drags S4 into the fight. But you've already lost Limp. At least the swashbuckle away. Disarming, slowing. VP having a hard time with the chase. But who's going to be their primary target? Pango feels almost impossible to grab, but FNG feels a lot more appetizing. Okay,
Monkey. There's some serious kind of hate going on against FNG. Like, you leave our region even as a stand, and this is what you get.
Oh, Hanskin. The kid's just watching him. It's like, hey DM, can you come and land this call? We just need some guaranteed control. I don't know if Hanskin just went AFK. He had a TP available. I think he knew he was being watched.
When they start retreating and they lost one hero, and you start to chase them, that has always been and always will be the best feeling in Dota for me. You know, like you know they're weak, they don't want to fight, but then you want to kick them when they're down.
And you force them into the engagement. And Alliance definitely did not like that at all. It's still crazy that the advantage is not higher for Prodigy when it comes to the graphs. Like Axe is on the hunt once again. Blink gets the call off. There is a quick Dark Pact and Shadow Dance. He did not hesitate at all, Slark, but Nico Baby, there's no hiding. He's just locked in position. Dead for 45 seconds. That just felt like the easiest pick.
It's once again an earlier Slark pickup, which gives them enough time to counter it. Lashrak, Slark doesn't like to play into any ground stuns, any AoE damage. Now they have Lashrak, who's like full AoE, and you have Chakram stolen. Or you steal Dragon Slave from Lina.
They just go from one target to the next. Blade melt down, and look at S4. This guy is meant to be tanky, but he's dead. And this is such a quick and easy redo again for the Axe. Like you wait, the longest is 25 seconds for your email and you're good to go again.
I want Axe to slide into my DM and teach me how to play it.
Just what's the Twitch meme? Like apart from like what is even a Twitch meme for that? What's a Twitch meme for a dad's joke?
The instructions are fortified.
I don't know, but they must be spamming it a lot. Resident Sleeper, maybe?
No, that's grandpa joke. Well, that bottom tier 2 tower, no fortification available. And this is where Prodigy's lineup gets even better than game 1. They don't need to have that Desolator on the Monkey King to try and push out ground, even though they do have it. A track 4 points and Diabolic Edict. It's all the quick push that you want. And it feels like they've got such a great mix of damage as well from Prodigy. They're not reliant on just one type. Makes it very, very difficult for heroes like Timbersaw to be able to fight. Oh. Jump away. Or the Sharkram can take out your tree. Might reveal a little bit of extra vision. Now they can come in for the tower. Creep waves in range. Epic Kid once again very liberal with that Wukong command. And the Chen army's coming into. They get the initial stun over on Lina FN. Right, I think he really thought about hitting the split. They'll need a save to get the Shrike out there. Oracle, he's holding the false promise, doesn't need to do it. In fact, it's S4 burning, and all this magically can't walk away from it under the Wukong's command, which still hasn't ended. Epic Kid's getting all the life. Oracle just sits in the trees. Now FN, he'll get his distance. Spyback comes in from the Rubik to try to bounce away to safety as Slark looks for his new target. You do have 16 essence shifted up at the moment, so he's feeling pretty damn strong. But as the Shrike moves over, keeping that Pulse Nova going, and Slark getting control up. He pounces forward, but now he's going to get trapped out as well. Another perfect blink call from DM ensures that Slark does go down, and they go back to objective-based gaming. They go back to the mid-tier 2 tower, even though Hanskin was doing everything he possibly could to slow down the wave. Epic Kid will ensure he stays exactly where he is, killing him in the middle of the swashbuckle. So at least he'll die sliding away in style.
Oh, no matter what happens in this game, who wins, I would still pick Oracle as my MVP. What he's doing in team fights is just insane. Like, he's holding that ulti for such a long time. Even though they had to use buyback on Rubik, now it opens up the Roche for them. They have a lot of damage from Lashrak, Deso on Monkey. I feel like they could just go straight into Roche pit.
Oh, they found him. They caught him out. FNG was roaming around hoping for the 25-minute bounty runes or something, but a double damage rune for the Monkey. All the damage in the world you want. God, what the hell does this alliance even do here? Doesn't feel like they can find a good initiation. And even if they do, they get counted, right? Like, Axe just will blink on you, or Oracle will hold the false promise forever.
That's why I'm not a big fan of the Lina. I said it at the start. Like, she was having a dream game first 5 minutes, double the CS off Leshrac, forcing him out of the lane. And then, like, everything just crumbles. You have 1 or 2 bad ganks, you're not in the right position. It feels like your game is completely over. I mean, he can still make a comeback. Aghanim's Scepter getting close to that. It's a pure damage, which is great. To the high burst damage against Oracle. Try to surprise the target that he's trying to use the false promise on.
Yours like struck Ray. And again, as you said, like, you just face Edict the target. No more damage onto a Leshrac. And FN instead is your front liner. He burnt Bloodstone charges in the last fight too, but still sitting at 16 charges total. Jump forward, S4. You thinking about the Oracle. And now Rubik gets the steal. It's a good clumsy net over on the Leshrac. Still good defensive Yule Scepter up as well. Defensive Rubik Chakra makes it difficult to move forward. Laguna Blade finally comes out, but the kid goes into the Wukong's command. Can't keep S4 inside of it, however, and they do finally bring down Oracle. Alliance caught the back line, but they battle around the Monkey King ult, and maybe now with the hand of God, still on the fly. Monkey King now on the clip of Arteezy, wants to bounce back down again, but S4 ensures he stays there as long as he can. But the rest of Prodigy, they are doing the work, but they have to get rid of the Chakram. S4 has finally finished the job. Monkey King will go down. Then S4 on the full run from save. Can he get in range for some extra control? No, S4 will turn back into it to get his timber chain forward. A quick disarm from Pango creates another new target. DM just standing with the blade mail inside the Chakram, looking for his own kind of return damage. Won't happen as he blinks forward. You'll set it from limp, creating some more space as Hanskin. He dies for the cause of S4 as well as Limp to get back to their tier 3 tower.
You can see how aggressive they're playing on VPP. And they are not afraid. Like, they took this from Solo's book, from the original version. They are buying back on their position 4s and 5s and just secure a fight, even though they couldn't get anything out of this since Monkey died. But if Monkey was alive, they would have gotten straight into Roche pit. They're still thinking about it. Someone's pinging the Roche.
Hey, you got FN getting stronger and stronger and stronger. 19 Bloodstone charges. You've given him an Arcane Rune. He's got a Blink Dagger now on this track, so he can be his own initiation. Spider Legs and BTs to get in and out as quick as he wants. And Axe wants another fight. The Observe was planted. They look towards S4. Very, very difficult target just with the 2 of them, however. And they know it. Blink forward. Miss the target.
I think they can just force them into Roche pit, try to force a fight there. You have great heroes. Wukong's command, you have Leshrac. I don't believe Alliance is ready to take this fight. It's going to go down so quickly. Slark is showing on the bottom lane, one of the reasons why they decided to go.
Alliance very well out of position. Observer Wars to the north, but it doesn't matter. So they're way too late. Roshan will already be claimed. So Agassi more into the hands of Monkey King. S4, my god! Thought he could walk up the river. He thought wrong. Epic Kid's bouncing forward, looking for his own target, and they caught a big one. They caught the Lina. Chain stunning out. Epic Kid was about to burn the Wukong's command, but actually then realized that Limp is nothing.
Just kidding. Some of these spells that you can cast the animation that are very valuable in a team fight and just cancel them. It might pop a beat.
FN? He just jumped up to the top lane. I guess that's easy enough. Caught out Hanskin was trying to create some space over on the north. And he'll take the tier 2 tower on the top lane. That's why he's in the neighborhood. Actually, probably not. Missing a creep wave, that is a problem.
I believe FN should be mid, and he blinks. Like Edict plus Adesso, it's just gonna shred the towers. Slark was split pushing a bit on the bottom lane. Oh man, Slark is really struggling. Level 18, 30 minutes in.
He's been looking at S&Y for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At least now they can start getting some of the neutral items. They have one of the best ones for defense, Repair Kit. There for Alliance, maybe they can buy some time. But if you look at the items up for Prodigy, you got Spider Legs Leshrac, you got Axe with cracky armor. You've got a fresh Paladin sword out there too. The Titan Sliver, that's in the hands of the Monkey King for the moment. This seems like everything they want. What did you get? Nico, baby. The Observer one. They got him with a telekinesis lift into the follow-up call, but Slark able to at least bounce away inside the Shadow Dance. Liv, not so lucky. Epic hit from inside the Wukong's command. Can grab the target. FN, he just jumps forward. Nico, baby. He thinks he's getting the hell out of here, but the body blocks from Lashrak is just way too good. Nico without buyback available. Cannot help his team defend this mid lane now. Target to N4, 6 charges of reactive armor. Hanskin creating as much space as he can with the Rolling Thunder, at least keeping Rubik under control. That's a nice one for him. There's still 5 heroes of Prodigy pushing this mid lane. The creep wave is gone, there's a new one coming in. And when they do that, you can just edict and push again. But Prodigy, yep, they are. They're looking for their blink call from Axe. He doesn't have Blade Mail available at the moment.
He used scan. Axe try to go for instant initiation with the blink dagger on a high ground.
There you go. All the ult. So quick from Limpet, save just as quick. Jumping himself forward, able to get the control over on Lena. She's down for the count. And now you just keep the push going if you're Prodigy. Keep the kills going. Electric array from Rubik. He actually cancelled S4's Timber Chain away. Of course, Monkey's not dead. He's got 2 lives available, both from the False Promise and the Aegis, the Mortical. Okay, yeah, see it, like a monocle.
Yeah. Barracks are still alive. At least they're gonna kill the ranged one. Slark, ready to take a fight. Where's Last Chat? He picked up a region rune and now he's coming back.
Yeah. You got Blink, BKB, and Blade Mail available, and they got the grab on Nico, baby. He loses 2/3 of his life. It's a good Yule setter from S4, putting the Monkey up, but even a better one from FN, but a better Rolling Thunder from Hanskin. Once again at the back line, interrupting the time, but it won't matter when Epic Kid gets a double balance strike, then the double call from DM. Nico, baby, can bounce himself away. S4 may not be so lucky. Dead for 80 seconds. Where's that edict? Turn it on, push the racks. They go back towards the mid lane. And the fight shall continue. Even the Octarina's arrived, and my god, these supports can give them so much work. Nico, baby, is down. Save gets control after control. Yeah, and it feels like this game is over.
It's time to call it. This Lashrak is just doing so... I don't know how he farmed Bloodstone, Boots of Travel, and Octarine Cork. He's just suddenly at Octarine.
He's 11-9 on the KDA, man. Like, all the money in the world. All the towers taken down. You're looking good. And Alliance, they still believe they have something to fight with. The Pangolier blinks back into base. They can find in 30 seconds when Slark is up. Not before. Maybe with the Timbersaw. A quick delay. Control is too good. A Glimmercate will not protect you. Hanskin will buy back into the game.
Monkey needs to be careful. Aegis is gone in 10 seconds.
That's why he's backing up. So smart for Prodigy. They understand the timings. Let Lashrak be the front liner. Get the full regeneration out from the Aegis. And there it is. The Alliance are up. 5-on-5 inside the Radiant base, right in front of the Ancient. Prodigy, this will be the dream start for them in the playoff bracket to take up that Alliance. Break for that CIS Pride, another great call. He perfectly control the Blade Mails out, the Boundless Strike, and Jaws and Limp will have nothing more to fight with. FNG can't live inside of his own base, and no hand of God to save him. And Nico, baby, hiding inside of his own base. You still need to finish the game, however, Prodigy. Look towards the bigger game. Really? A 3-man call. That's how you end this game. Dunk down S4 and GG. VP Prodigy take the series in a clean sweep. They will 2-0 it.
Oh, what a performance. They did not leave the base for 2.5 minutes. And they just kept fighting. I don't know. I said Oracle is the MVP. But man, Axe, he really